How we doing, boys? Happy fucking Friday. Welcome to the All-Stars. If people could just let us know that my audio's coming through all right after the issues we had last night. Hope you're all grand. Delighted to say that we've got a bit of an old-school champ man stream tonight. Back in the days when people used to be Arsenal co-coms, not just one co-coms, but two co-coms. And it is the lads that are absolutely flying high at the minute. I'm joined by Meaty and OB. It's the Tavua Time Wasters. Meaty, how you doing, big lad?
Up the Tavua.
Up the Tavua. How's it going, lad? You all right?
All good, mate. All good. All good.
Got
my assistant to the assistant to the regional physio coach here alongside me as well, which is always nice.
He's muted himself, isn't he?
OB as the water boy for Tavua. Just give us a couple of words on how you feel the season is going so far, mate. You're absolutely flying.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Yeah, I'd like to say I'm the brains behind this organisation. That's for sure. Every time I try and text Chris about ideas, players, formations, I normally get told to do one, or he doesn't care, or he's double busy. So, but yeah, no, we had a good run in the middle. We had a shocker against Dimble. I'm not really sure what happened there. We lost pump 5-1. But yeah, since then we've had a couple of good results. But yeah, I think we got 2 injuries as well, didn't we? Yeah, that was grim.
And you are unbeaten in 6, I think it is. And kind of trajectory wise, looking really, really solid. Exactly where you want to be come game week kind of 20. Any kind of players that you think have particularly performed well for you?
Ortega's been a standout, I think, this season. He's been really good for us. He's been solid. We've had to play him in a few different positions as well, and he seems to just sort of run with it wherever we put him. So yeah, he's been solid. But yeah, Saviola's been decent. Saeed, always quality, and Desai, a few call-outs, I think.
Yeah, and it means nothing if you haven't got someone kind of putting in the back of the net. Van Nistelrooy on nearly an 8 rating is amazing. Meaty, how you found the whole kind of transfer crack and people pestering you for Ibrahim Saeed?
I hate it. Yeah. I hate it so much. I'd have the same 11 players from the first day last season if it was up to me. That's OB's forte because I can't deal with that. That tips me over the edge every time.
And then in terms of champ and stuff, either you played back in the day, were you into it? Were you not into it? What was the crack?
Yeah, big time back in the day for sure. Back on the old PC. 0102 probably would have been a slightly early. What would I have been? I've been 9, 10. So yeah, probably a little bit after that. But yeah, in that region, probably 03, 04 probably would have been the first one. Secondary school years.
Obi?
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear Chris. I don't know if Chris is talking, but I can't hear him. I don't know if it's just me. No, I can't hear Chris.
But yeah, I'm all right. Yeah,
he's probably just been slating me, isn't he, for the last 4 minutes?
Yeah, 0102 was a bit premature for him. He would have been about 9, 10, but 02, 03 and kind of onwards he would have played. What about you?
Yeah, I played it a little bit. Yeah, 01, 02 again. Yeah, it was probably a bit premature for me. 02, 03. Was that the one where they got the screen and you could see the actual players moving around? I think that was 02, 03, wasn't it?
Man 3, yeah. I think it was Tato's kind of bread and butter back in the day.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I played, I think. But yeah, no, it's been nostalgic coming back here, and appreciate all the boys welcoming us and helping us. There's a few shout outs to a few people, you know, who you are helping us with some tactics and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it all.
Good stuff. So we are going to start tonight. I have put a bit of a running order together because when you have co-coms, it does tend to get a little bit chaotic. So we are going to start with Rox's Nuka against who they're playing tonight. They're playing Aborigines, Dazzler. I'll come to your thoughts on Daz in a second. Rox, after a 6-2 smashing of Rob, goes like this, essentially the same formation. Cuenca just comes in goal for the suspended Palazzoli. And that's how they go. Both teams kind of struggling at the minute. And then in terms of the Aborigines, Daz kind of changes his tactic again and goes with this kind of flat 2-7-1, but with the 3 EMCs in behind the striker. Trezeguet back to full fitness. Any words on Daz, who you've got to know really well over the last couple of months playing pro clubs with him? Either of you?
Wow, I think it's astounding how bad Daz is at this game. I can't get my head around how he can have so many good players and not be able to put a team together. But I don't know if it's the game punishing him or his tactics or what. But it's Maybe you're overthinking it, Daz. Maybe that's the killer.
OB, you're a big Daz Deeps fan?
Yeah, big Deeps fan. Yeah, he's just a quality stand-up guy. I can't hear what Chris said about him, but I'm sure it was similarly echoing what I'm saying. But yeah, top bloke. Football knowledge questionable. Yesterday, a quote on FIFA was, "I don't know why you're whinging, lads. I was just following the ball." So yeah, similar to that of kind of 3-year-olds how they play football, but.
Whilst playing centre defensive midfield, exactly what a CDM shouldn't be doing, following the ball. As we get underway, either one of you feel like giving a little bit some commentary at one game today? Do you reckon? You get your 45 minutes of commentary on tonight?
Yeah, go on. I'll take the next game if it's not us.
Good lad. And Seedorf has put Dazzler 1-0 up, which is against the grain a little bit. But another interesting thing to kind of note is Daz has dropped Lucio for the first time in ages, and there is Tomadira. And Dazzler finds himself 2-0 up for the first time probably this save, and looks to be absolutely in control with those ratings. Now, bear in mind, Daz has never scored more than 2 for the entire save. So he's in uncharted territory here. But you'd probably be going as is if you were Daz.
Yeah, I think I'd roll that. Yeah, pretty solid 7s, 8s, few 6s, but yeah, I'd probably just roll it.
Over to Rocks, this is the kind of the brutality of the champ gods. Really smashed one of the best teams in the league this season, 6-2 previous game, and now is 2-0 behind against what's been the worst team this save. It's a cruel business. What would you be doing here, Meady? Do you know Rocks' players well enough? He's a weirdo with players and stuff, so there's probably not many players that you recognize.
No, I just can't. I can't wrap my head around this formation with absolutely zero width. It completely blows my mind every week that this works as well as it usually does. Like it's all over the place.
It is probably the most. This and the one you guys play are probably the two most kind of dominant ones over the years.
Because there's no like actual wingers playing, are there? It's always wing backs is the where the widths come from. It very rarely comes from like actual midfielders.
Yeah, these kind of across this middle line, these are kind of where your most overpowered positions on the game are. So your wing backs and your DMCs are really where you overpowered, positions are really. Rox has said he doesn't care if he has a 7. I'm guessing that was a reference to the keeper. Is Cuenca on a 7? Then there wasn't anything in follow up. So Rox, if you can just let me know what I don't care if he has a 7 meant, mate. Are you pulling the keeper? Are you pulling someone? I haven't seen anything else. It's not a TED talk, mate. No, this is we're welcoming the new boys in. They've made the effort to come on. Rox, let me know what you want to fucking do. Otherwise, I'm rolling it. Big Leeds fan, Meady.
Big enough for it to ruin my weekends. Well, not at the minute, but usually. So
yeah,
it's weird how there's a few of them in here, which is surprising for such a small group to have multiple Leeds fans is peculiar. But yeah, no, going all right at the minute. So I'll take it for the time being. Just
anything you want to
scum game on Sunday.
Anything you want to get on there about Big Six conspiracy and all that kind of bollocks?
Yeah, I just think you lads that support Big Six have no clue what it's like to support a bad football team, so you don't understand the angle it's coming from.
Meady said there that you lads supporting Big Six teams don't have any idea what it's like to support a small team. What's your view as a kind of a club that flirts with the Big Six? Have we lost OB?
Has he left?
We lost OB. Is he back for another massage?
Is that shite fucking North American internet?
Yeah, here I am. I'm back. I left so I can rejoin so I could hear Meads. Yeah, Big Six. I mean, we had a tough time against Arsenal. We had some. I'm a Villa fan for those that don't know. We had a tough time against Arsenal on the weekend. What day? Wednesday. So yeah, Big Six was in full effect then, but we don't get the positives of it unfortunately just yet.
Yeah. I think is Rox going to do anything? He's going to rob Daz of a win here. Final whistle, and Daz fails to score 2, but he does get a massive 3 points. Clarence Seedorf for the man of the match performance there. Agahara with an assist and Gerrard with an assist.
That's got to be Daz's best ratings across the board he's ever had, surely.
Yeah, I think so. It's up there. I mean, that's pretty decent. And decent that he's dropped. Decent that he's dropped Lucio, and it means that he's in with a shout of really not finishing bottom. If he had lost that, Nicofolua would have been on 18. 7 points clear. You probably would have said he would be on the wooden spoon there. Well played, Daz, and unlucky Rocks. Obi, can you hear Meady now? Can you?
Yeah, I can hear Meads. Well played, Deeps.
What did we say game 2 was going to be? We said game 2 was going to be Vanuatu against the Unicorns. So we'll go over to Steve. Have you guys got any perceptions of any of the other managers, the ones that you don't play clubs with? What's your impressions of Steve?
I've met a few of them.
You've met them, haven't you? Yeah.
I've met a few of them, so I'll let OB take this question because I don't want to give some perceptions that people have already met and then still get it wrong. That would be horrendously bad.
OB, you're the other side of the Atlantic. Steve, right? You had much of a flirtation with him?
No, I think a little bit here and there. Obviously, most of my comms is transfer chat, and some of them are definitely a lot easier to work with than others. Some take 3 to 7 business weeks to get back to you, and then by then, obviously, the transfer window's closed. That's always useful. Naming no names, but yeah, no, all seem like a good group. To be fair, everyone's been, like I said, they've all been sound and welcoming and such, so and helping us out.
Are you slagging off me there, OB?
No,
directly.
No, I mean it's just happenstance that it does relate to you as well. But no, that wasn't in reference to you. And my second in command for recruitment management is garbage. No.
And this is absolutely the place to call people out, OB. So don't mince your words. Over to the Unicorns. Have you had any interaction with Smuts, either of you?
I've had a little bit on the transfer stuff. He helped me out with some tactics as well, so he was a good guy. Even after I said no, he cannot have Saeed and Ruud van Nistelrooy. So he sounds like a good bloke.
And Mega Horse is deputising for Smuts tonight. We got Roy Mackay, David Beckham, and Juan Gomez in 4 debuts. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably about 8 or 9 without a win for Smuts, but we'll see how they get on tonight. Any predictions here, lads? Oh, we've got a ghost game. Apologies. So we'll jump straight to game 3, which is Hobart against Townsville. I don't think we've got either manager here tonight, so we'll just crack on with this one. This is how Townsville go, playing this absolute abomination, but it worked against Dimble and got him a point last time out. So we'll go there. And then Hobart, who have sold Ronaldinho, but have Davids and Shevchenko instead, as well as a couple of other. Simkoviak's been good since he came in. I think he got a 10 on debut, 3 assists in 3 games and 1 man of the match performance. And Pippo, who I think has been quietly good, seems to have scored big goals for them. In terms of the table, is this a must-win for Hobart, Meady, do you reckon?
You'd think they need to get something at least, don't you? Like I know they've got. I'm looking at the fixtures the other day. I think they've got a couple above them, but I think they've still got to play a few below them as well. So I think they probably still got a chance of creeping in with it being at 4. But you wouldn't want that 4 to become a 7 or a 6 or a 7 by the end of the evening. I think that's probably the key here.
Yeah, fair to say Unicorns are out of it, OB?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't paint a good picture there, does it? Yeah, it could be tough going for them. I think Hobart and below you're in a tricky territory.
So this might be a very, very quick game. Meady, in that vein, you're going to take commentary. So I'll hand over to the commentator for today's game, Christopher.
Neither manager. Very early chance. Jesus, 1 minute. That's still chipping away. Hobart seem to be the ones fairly in control here, aren't they? Oh. Still, it looks like Hobart have had all of the ball bar about 30 seconds of it. And that's half time already. That was a very quick game. And right on cue.
Any immediate feedback for Meady?
What was that? Sorry.
Any immediate feedback from Meady there on his commentary performance?
No, I think that was bang on. I mean, that really sort of exemplifies why he is assistant to the regional manager. Right. I mean, that was insightful.
Class. We don't have either manager, so we are going to just stop at 60. And I'll hand back over to Meady.
Let's hope for a goal here somewhere. Oh, Townsville started all right. It's not too shabby. Oh, 2 chances. Well, at least have had a shot now. That's more positive than the first half. He running straight through to 90, yeah? Oh, yeah, there's no manager. What am I on about?
There we go. I'll just show them their ratings, just so they've got them for reference. Filipescu and David's having a decent shout in the middle of the pitch.
It's David's first game in here, Doug, is it?
He played last time out, I think.
This is his second, yeah, right.
And then Townsville, who, to be honest, kind of probably need to tear it down and start it again. I think that's why Hodgie's been very experimental. And we'll play through for the last 25 minutes. Over to you, Big Chris.
See if Townsville can do a smash and grab here. Oh, Hobart still having a chance or two. Townsville penalty, red card, goalkeeper off the pitch. Jesus, that's a turn up. Penalty and a red card.
So we're going to do this in his absence. We'll just give him a couple of seconds.
Nice.
Obi, how good are you? How kind of skilled are you at following the text and getting a decent read on how your players are doing, if that makes sense?
Yeah, not very. Yeah, whoever's commentating always does a cracking job. So I mainly just listen to them as opposed to try and read it, to be honest. Yeah, Scott and the gang and yourself always do a great job of that. But yeah, no, I haven't mastered that just yet.
We haven't got either manager in the chat, so we'll do that because it makes sense. Hodgie would naturally get the chance to push or change, but again, in his absence, we will just crack on. So, Meady, I'm going to give you the
penalty.
Yeah, yes, I'm going to give you the
smash and grab. Save. Off the bench and straight into a save. That's some turn up for the books. As I said, that would have been a bit of a robbery based on the first 65 minutes of this game, but Hobart will be clinging for dear life here. Another save. Keeper's about to get man of the match for playing 9 minutes. Oh, another pen. Oh, Townsville. 92nd minute. Lovely. Another pen. What the hell? Two pens in 10 minutes after being well out of the game. Well, look, I think Hodgie will be fairly happy with his experiment there, considering the first half was absolute dog shit.
And to be fair, this is why we still play this game. That after 25 years of playing it, it still throws up mad shit like that. I mean, Stefan Klosses came on and had he was making saves for fun there in the chat.
He banged in an 8 after saving the penalty and conceding the penalty. That is
and
some 9 minutes.
4 points from 6, having played last year's winner and Dims, playing this mad formation. Absolutely mental. Any closing thoughts on that game for you, Obi?
How much do those arrows make a difference normally in these sorts of things? Like that defending arrows to the left and right, that's pretty nuts. But what does that actually add? My
view would be that they should be getting absolutely bummed with that, but they're clearly not. So I know very little. Is my summary. We go over to an absolute massive game now. This is huge. This is all sorts of Donald Trump huge. The Rapa Nui Resistas, who were absolutely flying and then came undone against Nuku'alofa. They are still second and have been up amongst it since about game week 10 in the top 2, top 3. But they play Bushrats tonight, and this is how they go. Obi, I'll come to you first, mate. There's probably a mix of names that you recognise and names you don't in here. Who's the standouts for you from kind of back in the day, or players that you recognise?
Yeah, I mean, Bowyer, he's definitely a standout. Of course, Khan in net as well. Goalies is always a funny thing on this as well. I can't seem to get a grip. It seems like you just put them in, and then sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really shit. So, it's one of those. But yeah, they're the two main standouts for me.
Yeah, you probably noticed that in the draft that nobody drafted a keeper early, really. I don't think a keeper went before round 5 or 6. And then we go over to their opponents tonight, who were picking up pretty substantially, and then we're on the end of an absolute hiding from the Dragons the other night. They go like this. Claudio Reyna, interestingly, who looks very, very good, is playing against his former club, a debut against his former club. Miri, who kind of stands out for you here, either from real life or from your champ days?
That front three for me should be absolutely fucking hammering goals compared to probably what they have done the last few weeks. Like, it's that front three, both in real life and probably Chapman, were always superb. So I'm very, very surprised Pearsie doesn't get more goals out of this team at the minute.
Adilson's been very, very, very good, very good.
And then obviously the Ambrosini's always seems to be fairly solid in that middle. And I don't talk about Ryan Giggs because he's a right weird little shit. So he gets no credit whatsoever.
Unbelievable. I think he's a 4, and Reyna's a 4. Okay. Any score predictions for this one?
I'm going 2-1 Bush Rats.
Oh, Jinx, you cannot speak for the rest of the stream. And we
great co-coms. 2 silent people for the next 15 minutes.
Rapa Nui will lock the pressure there, and it is Andres D'Alessandro, who Tater would have down as a myth, but there is Christian Vieri. It's 1 apiece going into half-time. Raquel May, the CC into the book, 5 minutes. David D coming in, and another save from David D. And there is Marcelo Salas. Feels like Bush Rats are very, very open here. That was a massive, I think Khan spilled that, and what happened there? Giggs hit the free kick.
Can't let the ball run through,
Lasisi was the first rebound, and Kovalchuk, who has been very, very good for Rob, got in there and took it off his toes. Felt like there was a lot more happening than just 5 shots, Obi.
Yeah, it did seem like a lot, didn't it, for those stats? Yeah, interesting one. Seemed like it was end-to-end stuff.
D'Alessandro nailed on for man of the match, an assist and a goal in that first half. Pretty impressive.
I like
over to the Bush Rats. Go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like him. Yeah, we had him, I think, for a little bit, and yeah, I always liked him, but others in it weren't so fond, so off he went.
Yeah, Michael Stewart and Ambrosini in that engine room of the Bush Rats, not really doing much. Giggs with very, very few touches on the ball. I would have been really interested to see if Jens would have went balls deep on Giggs had the transfer window been open for another 24 hours. What are you doing here if you spud, Meaty? Anything?
Other than going to market for a proper centre-back, I'm not too sure. But what's he asked for there in the chat? He's asked for...
Fast chuck off for Ashley Lythe. And he does. Yeah, it is a fair point. I know Steve Wright absolutely loves for us to go, and thinks the world of him. Rob isn't here.
It is funny that, isn't it? The how people have like them players they absolutely love, even if they're shit for other people. You will still see people quite happily going after out of form players because they've worked for them in the past, or they just have a fondness for them.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, like, the longer you play it, the longer you're involved in this or whatever, the more you'll associate players with certain managers. So, like for me, Giggs is a Tato player. Mario Stanic is a Dimble player. It's just fucking Davy Collins and D'Alessandro or Rob Sloth players.
Maybe Saviola and Campbell could be that for the time waster boys, Liam. Maybe they're the 2 stalwarts.
Yeah, I would be saying that. Yeah, I would be saying that that spine of yours going from kind of Van Nistelrooy to Saviola to Ortega, Desai, Said is probably, and then Campbell, probably the ones that people are going to start associating you guys with. I think he's done really, really well to keep a hold of Ibrahim Said by away because he's fucking brilliant. He's just absolutely fucking brilliant. And he's the highest rated player in the league, I think.
I'd say we must have had 50 offers for him since we acquired him.
Yeah. Obi, what are you doing if you're Tato here?
I mean, I'd be tempted to take Adilson off, but I don't know who I'd replace him with. I don't know too much about ZZ Roberts or where he's best placed, but I mean, on a 6.
There you go. Adilson's off. OB just in time for your commentary.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
He's a bit of a target man, bit of a kind of big lump. But again, is another player that Tato absolutely. Yeah, Ibrahim Said with an arrow, you'd kind of say screams mega horse. Haven't seen Rob in the chat. And Vieri with a half a chance. Or Rapa Nui going to hang on here. It would be 2 defeats in 2 from Bush Rats. which would be not terminal to their top 6 chances, but it would be a massive, massive dint. Saved in style by Corn. Bushrat's putting a hell of a lot of pressure on. Are they going to get one more chance? 93 minutes played. The CC puts it over the bar. Candaya is at 3-3, and that is a massive, massive win. Probably not the result the rest of us wanted to see, in all honesty, because it stretches Rob back to the top. And I think Oliver Kahn again, who's been really, really good for Rob, had a blinder there. Anything you were picking up in the commentary there, Meady?
It just seems Kahn was having an absolute blinder towards the end, then tip one over the bar, I think, and then push one back out or push one wide, I think. And then the third one seems to be over the bar. So,
yeah, anything from you, Obi?
No, I think it was a good game. Unfortunate for Potato there.
Yeah, and that puts Rob back top. We said game number 5 was going to be Vikings against the Warriors. So we'll go over to Vikings, who look like this. This is how they went last time out, and Sigalko had an absolute field day against Daz. So it's a little bit anti-football, but essentially you see the logic here that you want to be really, really tight and then supply Sigalko. I think he had something mad like 6 shots in the last game. 7 shots in the last game and scored 2 with 3 on target. Anything standing out for you here, Obi?
Yeah, I think I'm excited to see Joe Cole. I mean, I feel like he's an exciting player. And he's one that I've always sniffed around on, but I've never really seen him get much in the last couple of seasons. I don't think he's done much, but
yeah, still fairly early for him in the save, but he can be really, really, really good. Meady, anything standing out for you here?
No, I just think this formation, again, probably similar to the one earlier, blows my mind, but I guess it is all about just having as much control as possible. It's almost Pep Guardiola-esque of control, and then just have a world class up front to do the business. So yeah, it definitely works more often than not, it seems.
Prior to All Stars, do you remember Osana Ndai, or did you remember him, or were you aware of him?
Aware, but probably never like it wouldn't be one that stuck in my memory. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's genuinely up there with Vieira and Davids and the like on here. He's unbelievable. And Saeed. They play the Wagga Warriors, who were absolutely flying for a decent spell between game week 9 and game week kind of 14, 15. Have had a little bit of a wobble over the last couple of weeks. Lost 2. I mean, it's a little bit of a wobble. And then broke down the Wanganui wall last time out, winning 1-0. Roy Keane, who has been absolutely unbelievable for them over the course of the 2 seasons, or this season rather, is suspended, and this is how they go. Obi, your thoughts on this 11?
Yeah, I mean, Totti's always class, right? You got some classics in here, Ronaldo as well, Figo, love it. Yeah, looks solid. Zidane. These are all names that I'm familiar with, which is rare in this game sometimes.
And a score prediction from you both.
2-2.
I'll go 2-0 Warriors. Probably
must-win territory for Vikings here to have any hope of staying in touch with that dotted line. And we'll see how we get on. And it is Juan Sebaveron, who scores on his 2nd appearance for the Vikings with a goal, having spent a massive spell. And there is Maxim, 10th goal of the season. Vikings find themselves 2-0 up. Totti into the book there, I think. Figo, Gattuso in the book. All the tacklers doing what they need to do for Vikings and keeping the Warriors at bay. Sigalko now with a massive run. Totti gets in the way. Harasimovic, Ronaldo hits the bar, and we get to half time. Felt very, very Vikings heavy there, Meady.
Yeah, like that was control, wasn't it? I didn't see much of the Warriors there at all. Which is unlucky because I don't think Warriors are in the chat to make much of a change to this either. I don't think I saw.
Yeah, some strange 5s. Andre, who's a keeper that you're probably unfamiliar with, is one of those players that you do associate with Scott. You introduced him to Super League probably around about 4 or 5 years ago, and he's been a bit of a mainstay, or at least a backup for most teams since. Ronaldo with a 5 not really came in, and Scotty's saying himself, Vikings could well go on a huge run. That wall does look fairly dominant and imposing. What are you doing here, Meady, if you Warriors?
I'd probably bring on Rivaldo. If I was gonna make any sort of adjustment there, maybe push him further forward, just based on the Rivaldo we had previously, when we kind of used him as a bit of a utility man when it came to attack. But yeah, that's a rough half. Vikings look decent there.
Unsurprising as is from the Vikings. They're certainly not saying die just yet. We get to 59 minutes. We jump to 60. Totti with a jinking pass, but jinking run rather, but Gattuso doing what he needs to do. Couple of sixes have become sevens at the back there. Harasimovic, who's been massive for Scotty, trying to do his best on that left strike at a Totti, and we'll see what Scotty wants to do. It's not necessarily must not lose, because he's sitting pretty tightly in that top three, but with Rob winning and Warriors currently losing, Wanaganui, they'll be licking their lips a little bit. Over at the Vikings, we've got an Ndai 8 and Maxime and Seba Veron, who looks to be on course for man of the match with the assist and the goal. And we'll wait and see what Jens wants to do there. Rivaldo for Zanoni. And straight hours on both CMs like that. Excellent. And we'll just wait for Jens. Are you touching it here if you're Jens, Obi?
No, I would let it play out. 7s and 8s is pretty solid, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really solid. Really, really solid. And let's just see how Maxime's done. 3 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Let's just see. Jacques for Cole. And we'll roll this through at the end.
2 seconds, Doug.
See that again, mate?
I'll be back there in 2 seconds.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, take your time. 60 minutes on the clock, and we see if the Warriors can make a game of it, and it is. Lars Ivar Strand, on his second appearance from the bench, does put his team back into it. This could be a massive point if the Warriors were to rescue it from here, and it feels as though it's all black and yellow now. Zidane was offside. Zielius in the book, I think that was. Maldini in trouble into the book. This is an absolute dogfight going into the last 10 minutes. 2 minutes to play. Jackson never couldn't keep it down. Victor again. Andre saves. Zidane gets it clear. They're going up the other end. And there is the final whistle on what was a really dominant first half for the Vikings. But then the second half, Warriors seemed to come on strong. And there is that man of the match performance that we predicted from Veron, with loads of the ball, an assist and a goal. And are the Vikings dead yet?
I don't know. It was a pretty good performance there, beating the Warriors. I mean, albeit at home. You said there's a chance. There's still life in the old dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is. And Jens will be, if not grateful. And is Zidane 4? Wow, Zidane, why has he got a 4 there? He's missed a couple of tackles. And yeah, it seems like a really harsh 4, that, unless he's responsible for one of the goals, and it is the return of the Viking wall, says Jens. 3 games to go, 2 scheduled, and then the ghost game, which will come after our game. So we are going to go to Bundaberg Blitz against Wanaganui, which should be a really, really good game again. And Daz kicking off because he did predict the Vikings to get playoffs. And this is how Big Dims goes. Obi, any thoughts on Big Dims?
Yeah, he's quality at this, and he's a legacy item in the Champman 0102 game. So yeah, we definitely QA a lot of things through him. But yeah, this is a solid team and a solid bloke. Absolutely.
And again, some Dims favourite. Well, not necessarily Dims favourite. I don't think Anelka's anybody's favourite, but Dims is the Anelka whisperer. Zambrotta in there, who you'd really strongly associate with Dimble. Same with Thierry Henry, which is good. And Blitz are doing all right, I think. Doing all right. They're in and around the dotted line, and Dimble's kind of, not a fella you want to be playing in the running. Over at Wanaganui, Obi, I've made me feelings clear on what I think about this formation, but as an outsider, that's a newbie.
It's criminal, isn't it? I mean, this is, we should press charges. Like, what is this? This is mental. This is, no words for this kind of shite, but it seems to work, so.
Yeah, it's working really, really well for him this season. He's never been outside the top 6, and it's been it's been 16 game weeks since he was outside the top 3. So what do we know? Roberto, interestingly, comes in for his debut on that left-hand side. He's been okay-ish, but was very, very disappointed in a poor Vikings side, and was good for Steve before that. We probably want to see Roberto to have a winger's number there, don't we? Prediction here, Robbie?
I'll go 2-1 Wanganui.
2-1 Wanganui. Probably, I don't think it would get them a Q, but it would mean that there'd probably be a game or so away from getting a Q, to be honest, based on other results. Exeter goes into the book really early doors. First half's
2-0 the Blitz.
2-0 the Blitz. Samwell goes into the book. 4 minutes added on. You feel that one goal will be enough in this game. Wanganui rarely score more than one. They really concede, to be fair, hence their success. And we get to half time and it's nils each with very, very little action from either side. Exeter and Samwell into the book. 8 for Lizarazu and Zambrotta. That width doing really, really well against Wanganui. And yeah, Vogel on a 9, but other than that, 6s and 7s. It's an as-is from both managers, really promptly at his class, and we roll to 60 minutes. And there is Rui Costa, who scores the goal to put the Blitz 1-0 up. Exeter with a chance, and I didn't see who cleared it away, but Wanganui got rid. Go for Wanganui first. They rarely score 2, Meady. So what are you doing if you Sav here? Are you playing with a striker?
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah, I guess you have to, don't you? You're probably a win and a draw, or maybe 2 wins away from kind of rolling it into the postseason. So I think you stick something up front and give yourself a chance.
Yeah,
I'd like to report a crime against sport. Yeah, that's the common feeling.
Massive night as it stands. Massive night for Rapa Nui, being the only side in the top 3 to win OB.
Interesting. Yeah, you'd love to see it. Can we?
Top 3 for now.
Can we get up there?
I think you can. You're one of the form teams, mate. And this is what Savage is doing in response.
Honestly.
It's like that thing around if you give a million monkeys a typewriter, eventually they produce Shakespeare. And there is Vogel, who is on a 9, who is injured.
Oh.
And I think we're at 60. Did we do half time? No, we didn't. We did do half time and we did do 60. So it's just the change from Vogel. I'm guessing it'll be Ado. Yes, Rob, you have been on and you might want to watch it back, mate. It might make you feel a lot better after the other night. Ado, and we'll roll. You're about 2 games back, bud, if you want to watch it back. Hope you feel well soon, bud. And that is a booking for Uliano. And what a strike. I think that was direct from the free kick. Guys Comendieta, who once scored 4 against me this season, has been brilliant. And Blitz are just starting to get into that mix and into that groove that Dimble does so well. And this has been pretty straightforward, Meady.
Yeah, look, it's fairly handy. This, I guess, like as you said, Dimble's same as last season, just fucking rolls at this time of the year. Dimble, money in a card for that 2-0 win. I promise you there, so that's good. You can just pop that across to me whenever you're ready. Yeah,
back in the day with the prediction leagues, mate, you would have got 5 points for that. Not one to write home about for Savage. You just need to take your medicine there, OB, and move on.
Yeah, karma, really, isn't it? Eventually, getting to a note for that awful formation and tactics. Deserves nothing but the worst.
It's mad. Two defenders, an 8 and 9. That's a
and we've come on to the headline act. It is the 2 Tavua time wasters against the Dragons. So OB, I know we did it at the start of the show, but I'll let you just talk us through where you think the cogs in this engine are.
Yeah, I think it's Ruud van Nistelrooy. Said was Campbell, who's now suspended, so we've got Verde in. But yeah, that's the core. Really there.
Campbell and Desai in the middle is a real problem for this tonight, because the last 3 games they've been fucking fantastic.
Yeah, no Campbell, no Decourt today.
Decourt, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Desai is solid as well.
You're playing against the Dragons, who are on a bit of a run at the moment. Any kind of particular dangers, either ones that you're surprised about or not surprised about, that you're picking out here?
I don't think we've played you with Dino, have we? So, I mean, that's always he's always a worry, but yeah, we'll see. Don't know about you, Chris.
I think that's a proper like Champions League team you've got there. Like it's the names on there, like across the board, are fucking quality, both in life and on this.
Best of luck. I think this is going to be really, really tight, and I'm not feeling confident about this one, and that's probably the biggest compliment I can pay you. Tutivua are coming into the game after a lot of pink and black to start with. Saviola must score but doesn't. Be interesting to read that one back in the chat. A lot of chances here for Tutivua. Dragons really struggling to get beyond those 3 DMCs. Holland could have scored. Tutivua's got to take one of these chances. Kerr with a chance now. Dragons just coming back into it. Top corner from Kluivert, doesn't score. Bobby Carlos with a half a chance. Ronaldinho on the volley but puts it over. You feel there's a goal coming before half time. Big save from Nick McTillen. That was a lot. That was about 30 minutes of you guys, and then about 15 minutes of Dragons coming on strong at the end there.
Jesus, that was a lot.
Half time, lads.
Yeah, again, look, defenders and keeper having a stormer.
Good to see West on a 9. That's rare this season.
I guess we'll run through to 60 OB and then shuffle maybe if the front aren't doing much.
And also welcome to trying to manage and co-coms. It's a fucking nightmare. We will go as is as well, and we'll play till 60. Best of luck, boys. And we'll see who is going to get the first goal. 48 minutes played now. Cafu, big save again from Nick McTillen. I think that was a doubler. Ronaldinho smashes low. Nick McTillen is having an absolute blinder as Van Nistelrooy stands over the ball for a free kick.
This is 2 nines. 2 nines.
I'll let you guys just digest that for a quick second, and then we'll have a little look at where the Dragons are at. Feel free to share notes there, boys, if you want to.
I'll be honest, that was just frantic. I did very little to pick out other than it just being end-to-end. Did you, OB, take which goals off and put Owen on? Swap them around?
Or Saviola, one of them.
Put Saviola into 10 and so Saviola into 10 goals for Owen. We'll go with that.
You want to put Lundberg on as well?
I was going to say, what's Overmars out there?
Yeah, I was trying to
7.
say 7.
No, I'm all right running like that. But if you want, I'm good with it. If you want Lundberg on, you can run Lundberg.
That's fine. Let's try it.
You good?
Yeah, let's go for it, mate.
Good game so far, lads. We will we'll run it to the end. Ferdinand, another chance, another save. Ishkan into the booth. Ronaldinho back, and there is Patrick.
Time, wasn't it?
Pretty good for the Dragons. Does get the goal. 4 minutes to play. This is a massive 4 minutes, and there is Michael Owen, a late equaliser. Can he's hit the upright. Tutivua have hit the upright. Back clears it away, and what a game that was. What a game that was. Honestly, lads, hats off to you. You were never out of that. And Nick McTillen had an absolute stormer. And lo and behold, there is Big Dick Marcel.
Look at that. Look at that defense. 8-8-8-9-9.
Really good. Any thoughts of full time there will be, Meany?
I think I'd take a point and I'll move on. That was one that could have gone your way, to be fair. Yeah, absolutely. Take a point.
I
think we could have easily lost that 3-0 there at one point. It felt like it fucking bar, post, tip, everything, you name it. So, yeah.
I could have been 2-0 down in the first 30 minutes. Ortega with a chance, Saeed with a chance, Holland with a chance, Overmars with a chance. Yeah. So I'm happy to shake hands and move on there, boys. Well played. Okay, last game of the night. It is the Ghost game. We've seen the two teams already. It is Vanuatu against the Unicorns. Prediction here, Meads?
1-1. 1-1.
1-0 Vanuatu.
And we'll see how we get on into the last performance of the night.
Not too sure if anyone will be happy with a draw at this time of the year, but it's...
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, it's important not to get into that route where you lose games and then you lose another one. And, Tato's now lost 3 from 3. It's massive, that. And we're such a momentum killer going into that turn at game week 20. Lots of pink and blue, pink and purple. But Vanuatu just growing into this as we get towards the half an hour mark. Del Vecchio on an offside position. Del Vecchio misses the target again. Unicorns looking a lot more solid than they have done over the last couple of weeks. And again, Vanuatu are just another side in this kind of mix that don't want to be losing games because they are in and around the dotted line.
So this is Steve versus Smuts, isn't it?
Steve versus Smuts, yeah, it's the ghost game that wouldn't let us play. And then over to the Unicorns, just in case Mega Horse is here. Sammy Hupia, who I've been after for absolutely ages, having a nightmare for Smuts. I just kind of get
chucking in a Canate, I think they call that now, don't they, Doug?
Yeah, he's the Canate is a donkey, mate. Don't get me started on him. Let's just look at what the permutations would be. So bear in mind that this is live, so Bunda Blitz haven't went 2-0 up in their game yet. But essentially, a point wouldn't be a bad thing for Vanuatu. Defeat would probably be a little bit, damaging going into the turn, but we'll see. Smuts rolls, Steve rolls as is. Horse is here on behalf of Smuts, so Horse will just have a little bit of a look as to what you want to do, bud. Unicorn's well out of the race, so
that's the same Collins that scored about 10 games in a row last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was absolutely flying. Yeah. He was absolutely flying. Yeah. We will go to 60 minutes. And see what happens. Horse saying that Roy Mackay has number 24, so Smuts won't want to play him. Smuts has made his release Belletti because I gave him number 13 on the stream the other night, despite not telling us not to do so in advance. So I very much look forward to calling Smuts' bluff and seeing if he will release Roy Mackay. He didn't play Duncan 24, and how the fuck am I meant to know he's a version of numbers? So we'll see how that plays out, honestly. Over at the Unicorns, are you doing anything more at 60 minutes here for either side, Meady?
I think maybe push Collins up front based on last year's form rather than this year's form, I guess, is probably the only thing you would potentially look at. But again, I know 2 up front is a bit of a voodoo around these parts, so it's not the most preferable of conversations.
11 and 16 for Rapa Nui was absolutely unbelievable. So Vanuatu are going to bring on a player that is probably associated with me, Constantino, from way back in the day. And Impenza for Yardell. And we'll see who gets the killer goal as we go to full time. Chris Perry, who had a blinder last time out against Steve, is one of his favourites. This is going to fizzle out to a 0-0, I think. Volodenkov hits the woodwork. 3 points have been massive for Steve here. Is he going to get over the line? Unicorns, who have been shipping goals over the last couple of weeks, do look a lot more solid. Whether it's the change in personnel or tweaks in the tactic file, we don't know. More chances for Vanuatu. Hedman with a big save. They could have lost it at the end there. And Unicorns by far the better side based on the match stats. Petit, 7 tackles from 15, but solid 8 across that DM line. And then over to Unicorns. Juan Gomez on debut, picking up man of the match performance. Hupia turned his 5 into a 6. And Beckham and who was the other debutant? Mackay, both doing all right. Well played, Steve. Bring us to the classifieds. Aborigines 2, Nuku'alofa 1, Bundaberg Blitz 2, Wanganui 0, Hobart 0, Townsville 1, Rapa Nui 2, Bushrats 1, probably the game of the night that. Tutuvua 1, Dragons 1, well played boys, Vanuatu 0, Unicorns 0, and Vikings 2, Warriors 1. Leaves the table looking like this. Rapa Nui sit top by 2 points and joint goal difference with Warriors on 36. Warriors on 34. Wanganui now 4 points back from that top spot on 32. Tutuvua on 29 points, just 3 points back. Then we have Blitz, Dragons, and Vanuatu, who are all locked on 27 points. Dimble with by far the superior goal difference on +7. Bushrats on 25. Hope's probably not as bad as 3 wins on the spin would have you believe, to be honest. Although this is a little bit of a concern for Spud. Hobart on 22, still amongst it. Vikings could probably do something if they get 2 wins out the next 2. Townsville on 19, who are probably below and out of it. Anything below Vikings is probably done and dusted. Anything standing out from the table there, lads, either of you?
I'd rather not be getting chased by you and Dimble, but that's the position we find ourselves in. So time to make a run of it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Obi?
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, it's tight there in the middle around the line, isn't it? So, yeah, all to play for over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And some teams hitting bad form at the wrong time. Next time out, we've got Spud against Daz. We've got Dragons, me against Steve. That's a massive game in terms of the table. And Steve will be streaming on Sunday. So it'll be me against Steve, both on 27 points. Could be huge. Blitz, I've got Warriors. Again, another massive game. Who have you boys got? Oh, you're playing top next, lads. Doesn't get much easier than that.
Yeah, not ideal.
Got to play everyone at some point.
Just about. And then we've got who have you got after that? You've got Bushrats, you've got Spud, 2 games time.
Big week this.
Quickly, it is. It's a season defining week, I think. And then we go to that is a brutal run for you guys.
Yeah.
Top,
we are
then Spud, and then 3rd, and then 5th. Oh, that is a brutal run for you guys. And then 2nd, basically.
We play everyone above us now, basically.
Yeah. Then you play Daz, and then you play Dan, and then your last game of the season is against Steve, who could be in and around that dotted line. Lads, thank you so much for jumping on. I totally appreciate it.
Bud.
Thanks for having us.
See you in about half an hour for Club Pro Clubs.
Have a good one, boys. Take it easy.
Cheers, fellas.
All right, guys.